Hey everybody. As you can see, we got all of our gold leafing done. Uh, Not gonna lie, this was very time consuming. Um, it is a beautiful color. Um, it polished out really well. Uh, I am going to put a clear coat on it, but before we do that, let's move this out of the way. Oh, we're I was gonna use mirror paint, um, the chromiest chrome, but it's $65 a bottle, a very tiny bottle, mind you, and it's not full. Came across this uh, Green Stuff World Chrome Metal airbrush. We're gonna try and put it on with a brush and see what happens. Hopefully, no issues. But I will say this project is taxing. What you see before you took many hours, and a like would very much be appreciated. Just throwing it out there. Uh, just some kind of public response to let me know that y'all like what I'm doing, or if I should move on to something else. Well, let's see here. This is about what we're gonna go for. So, alrighty, let's get started. Is his teeth even silver? Sure enough. We may actually have to add some color to this model just to give it some life. But alright, how far is this gonna go? Right here. Okay, this chrome is literally disappearing in the gold. That's interesting. I mean, in person it's going to look good, but over camera I am learning that a lot of things do not resonate over the camera. Yeah, you can barely see the color change there. I'm sorry, guys. Well, guys and gals. But I am trying. I do promise I am very much trying here. It is very difficult to paint on camera. And I know I've said it in other videos, but as you're watching the video, I'm also watching the video. I'm literally painting with a camera directly in front of my face. And I'm having to paint through the view of the camera itself so that I make sure I stay in frame for you guys. For a while there, I was doing the zoomed in view, and I had to stop doing that because it was. I don't know what it is about using a modifier, like a magnifier, I'm sorry, to paint, but it throws off my perception. Even what I'm doing now really throws off my perception. So the first thing I'm noticing about this Green Stuff World paint is it's interesting. Um, it does not want to cover well. Uh, I believe it is intended to be put over black, and that's fine. Some paint products out there only work being placed over certain colors. Uh, Certain colors of Turbo Dork are actually that way. Um, I'll bet a lot of you didn't know that. there's actually individual directions for every color of Turbo Dork out there. Some colors of Turbo Dork are meant to only go over black. Some are also meant to only go over white. Okay. Let's see here. Where's this little thing? Alright, it's right here. Ooh, we might need a longer tip brush for this. Yes. I am using a finer tip brush than I would normally like, but that's partly because while I was gold leafing this, I discovered that there's some places I just could not reach with a regular fatter brush. Okay. This may actually take more than one coat. So I will say this, the chromiest chrome, it covers. And it covers in one coat. That is definitely a fact about that product. It is a very good product. And if you Google it right now, their mirror paint, their mirror chrome, is around $68 a bottle, I believe. And it comes in a little aluminum canister bottle, which is fine. But that little aluminum canister bottle only has about a quarter of it full. And the rest of it is just an empty bottle. You almost, when you purchase it, you almost feel like you're paying more for the can than you are for the product. It is a good product. And I don't care who makes it. It's too damn expensive for what it is. And I find this product will probably not be as good. And the end result may require a couple coats. But this is a product that I know you guys can afford. This is not a product that's going to require you getting on Amazon or something to find it. I actually purchased this from a local hobby store myself. Let's see here. Alright, so we got those. Now we have the stripe coming down the center of the chest. Okay. And that is 3 plates wide. So we'll start with the outer plate. Yeah, that's something we can look at. Little drop of water there. I hate when you get that little bead of water on the end of your paintbrush and forget to wipe it off. Let's see if we can suck it up a little bit at a time at least. There we go. That's another thing. These chrome paints definitely do not like water. But at the same time, pretty much require a wet brush to apply. So it's not the funnest product in the world to play with. And I'm kind of curious how this would work in an alcohol ink pen, because I have been painting a lot with pens. That has been a lot of fun and interesting. Go back and see the Colossus Juggernaut video I did. And while I have done several other videos painting with those pens, it seems like those videos are cursed, because I keep getting data corruption. So this chrome goes on almost like a gunmetal gray color. It is a very thin paint. You don't need to thin it down. But it seems to be drying shiny. I'm not overly impressed with it. Not when I've used products like Mirror Paint. Take a look at my reference photo. Make sure I'm still on the right track. Yes. We can probably switch over to a little bit larger brush now. Let's see if this one will work. Okay. Yeah, you can see this paint as soon as you touch your brush to it, it immediately wicks into the brush, which is good. It likes the brush. It just doesn't seem to like application. It's having a hard time sticking to this gold leaf. And in fairness, this product is made to paint over a primed plastic surface. This is not what this product is designed to do. So I can't be too critical of it. I'm doing something with it that's not supposed to be done with it. But I do believe 2 thin coats of this, and we will be looking good. It's actually taken a lot of paint to do it, too. It's surprising how much paint. Okay. Okay. These Green Stuff World dropper bottles, by the way. Jesus. I mean, that's over an 1/8 of an inch paint and just a couple drops from the bottle. Right. Come up, come down. Go around. To the other side. Like a boss. Let's get this little ab looking piece here, because, you know, Gold Dragon. He got chrome abs. He got abs of steel. Let's get inside that little leg area there. I believe we actually have to paint the underside of his legs with this chrome paint as well. I do believe this will take 2 coats. I will not force you guys to watch me put on the second coat. The whole concept behind this particular video was to show that a miniature could be coated with gold leaf. And based off of what I have in my hand currently, I would say that was a success. It does work. This is going to be a beautiful display model. I probably will not keep it. Well, I might. I don't know. Memory's sake. I'm getting old. But this would be an interesting model to sit on somebody's shelf. I may put it up for adoption on my Discord. And I went ahead and gold leafed the base the best I could. Still got a little loose leaf flake in there. But I'll probably paint everything except for the treasure on the base. Also, these gaps back here were really hard to get into. It's just a deep well gap. Back to the reference photo. I'll look at this little dotted barb on the end here. Okay. So down through here. And then this is going to change direction here. We just follow that line. And then that is going to curl up. There we go. And then on that last scale, we just paint the last scale, no shading. That's kind of sad. Let's line edge that just a little bit for the point of interest, because we're cool that way. We want our model to have some interest. There's not a whole lot of color going on here. I'm trying to figure out, let's see, what could we do to give this something other than its silver and gold color? We could do some interesting shading, but the actual image of the model itself is very plain. Not a whole lot going on there. Okay, so Green Stuff World chrome paint. It is a shiny silver, but if I'm being honest, it looks shinier on camera than it does in person. In person, it kind of reminds me of, oh God, what is it? Citadel's, is it Runefang Steel, I believe? The shinier of them. I would say that Army Painter Shining Silver is probably closer to chrome than this silver is. I would even say that the normal Vallejo silver that I use Vallejo aluminum, is probably more chrome-like than this. The second coat, do I really want to put that much into this model? I'm trying to convince myself not to put mirror paint on this model. So these up here stay gold. The bottom of the feet, that's interesting, are silver. And the bottom of the legs are silver, this little smooth patch right here. And like I said, I'm not trying to judge this product too hard. It is being painted onto a severely slick and smooth surface that it does not want to adhere to. This is not the fault of the paint. It's my fault for trying to get the paint to do something it's not designed to do. But we need to learn these things. We got to try stuff, or else we'll never figure out anything new. You know, that's how babies learn to walk. That's how we learn to paint. We make mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes, and eventually become better for it. Okay, we're gonna need some more paint. Judging from my reference photo, the back of the dragon is to stay as is. That feels a little boring to me. I almost want to add some red highlights. I almost want to put wash on it. Some red wash, maybe. A little thin down. Let's see. Okay, this little part of the leg here gets some. Alright. And then for whatever reason, I guess science, the bottom of the hands get it as well, but not the rest of the hand. And you know, if you have this model, you paint it the way you want it to look. For me, this is just goofing around, trying some stuff that I haven't really messed with yet, and getting opinions on some interesting products. This gold leaf, honestly, would look absolutely amazing on some Warhammer Custodes or some Sigmarines from Age of Sigmar. But how much effort do you really want to put into some tabletop figures? Because you're not talking about painting one dragon. You're talking about painting 40 little guys, which might actually be easier, but still, it would be a large amount of effort. Doing gold leaf like this, good way to describe it, it's kind of relaxing. And that's partly because you're just kind of sitting there zoned out, doing a very basic repetitious thing. Okay, so the two large horns and the small horns on the bottom here are silver, and he has a silver eyeball, and we will get that with a different paintbrush. So let's paint these up. This is actually a really simple paint job. If you were just painting it with some, I wouldn't suggest Retributor armor. I don't feel like that's the right color for this model. But you were painting it with a gold paint, I would say that's 90% of the paint job right there. Okay, now all these little guys here, just set that there. We still got a little gold leaf on our paper here. Now, one thing about the gold leaf process is it's actually pretty forgiving. If you make a mistake or you get it clumped up too big in a spot, you just wait a minute and keep hitting it with your dry brush, and eventually it will slick down. I thought that was pretty interesting. This is my first time putting gold leaf like this on a figure, and I do like the results. I'm just not a big fan of this chrome color that I've got here. The picture that I will use as the thumbnail will be the finished product. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's pretty much it right there. This is a very cool model. It is a very interesting model. It has some beautiful details. I will finish the base. It's a very interesting model. It was fun in its own way, but at the same time, I'm glad that it's over. I'm going to get this finished up and get y'all a thumbnail, and that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful start to your week, and the rest of your week continues to get better every day. Like I said, please say something in the comments. Let me know if you like this content. Let me know if you think the content's trash, so that I can change something I'm doing. I am all for constructive criticism. It will help me grow. It'll help the channel grow, and it won't be taken the wrong way. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Goodbye.